There are periods in a spiritual awakening journey that can be so completely and utterly exhausting on a mental level, a physical level, an emotional level. Energetically to your soul feels so exhausting because it's all new. And you are constantly adjusting, you are constantly shedding, you are constantly dying, ego deaths, constantly being reborn, constantly leveling up and activating more parts of yourself, and it is exhausting on every level. My name is Liesel. I haven't done a TikTok reading like this in a while on camera. It can feel like you don't know when the exhaustion is going to end. It can feel like you are with all the ascension symptoms, like you're sick, but you're actually healing. And it can feel like your life is going backward, you're getting sicker or feeling worse emotionally and mentally, but you're actually healing. You're actually ascending and you're actually leveling up. And if you've been going through your spiritual awakening for long enough, you would know how isolating and lonely it can feel. Because this dropped on the floor, the Lover's card. Because you're making a choice. You're choosing. The Lover's card is about choices and choosing the higher path, choosing the narrow path, choosing the path less taken, choosing to unite the aspects of yourself that have been separate. You're choosing to embody and unite with your higher self and with the divine, where there is no separation. And for that to happen, we need to change, we need to evolve, we need to grow through the things that we've experienced. And it is exhausting because it is like you are learning a new skill every day, every moment, because we are consciously making choices and not acting off a program, off conditioning, of what your parents told you, society's told you, the subconscious things that you have taken on and has become part of your identity. And now having to make a conscious choice all the time. Do I react in that way, or do I reflect and respond differently to the situation that has played out so many times? Do I want to keep doing this type of work? Is there something better? Do I actually like these types of things? And when I show up in my relationships, is this who I really am? You constantly have to reflect on all of those things. And because it's an active process, until you have integrated, processed, and activated a certain aspect and a new part of yourself, until you have become accustomed to it, it takes active intention and effort. Eventually, new skills, these new parts of you that are activated, become a new automatic program. But essentially, we are still an illusion and a program in this world. And because not only are we internally and energetically and mentally and emotionally really changing at an accelerated pace, the world around us is constantly changing and faster than ever before, and we have to continuously adapt to that. It can be exhausting. It can feel like you are disconnected and detached because nothing on the outside of you is staying the same. So you have to continuously assess who I am in relation to everything else. And if you're not doing that, then you are living out from your subconscious. You're not consciously choosing who you are, what you want, and what experiences you have in this world. Often others will say, I don't really need the cards, and often we don't really need the cards, but they're quite helpful. Let's see what comes out. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. We may feel like to maintain or to reach a place of physical stability and abundance, to maintain our financial and societal status or to attain it, that we need to sort of make rash, quick, impulsive decisions or do things, act to make sure that the things we've invested in don't fall apart, the things we've put effort in. And this is the quickest way to a lot of emotional pain, emotional grief, sadness, pain, because a big part of this journey is learning, I like to say, non-attachment and not detachment, because detachment just feels like there's a disconnect, and already you can feel very disconnected from material things and life around you and your life as you knew it, because things are changing and because you need to detach. There's a lot of things that we previously cared about and loved that we are continuously called to walk away from. And this is obviously a very emotional process, and that in itself requires you to grieve, and there are stages of grief, and that is a whole process on its own. All the things, people that we love, that we need to have a healthier relationship with, and not necessarily, yes, in some cases completely detached from, because there are certain things that just won't work in the new reality that you create. And that in itself is emotionally exhausting, having to walk away from things that you previously cared about, and having to process that you can still care about people, things, places, without being in that reality, without being in that environment, without actively being in those relationships. That is emotionally exhausting. And then there's all the physical changes that are happening in our world, in society, and how we need to navigate that. There's a lot of extra physical strain that's put on us, mental strain, because you're constantly figuring out how to adapt, how to change, how to be. And then there's all the energetic stuff that is happening as well. This is what we were called, what we brought ourselves here to do. It's often, I feel like, is this really it? Did I really have to go through all of these things on my spiritual journey? And I, in some perspective, know what you experience is what you perceive. And again, a lot of it is based on our previous experiences. We have emotional energetics and mental energetics that shape even positive experiences that can be painful, and negative experiences that can feel like it's things that we want when it's not aligned with who we are. Awakening card, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. And that is exactly what we are experiencing. And if you are exhausted and you feel like your life is going to shit and everything is just bad, it's not great to hear it, but that's exactly you ascending and becoming a better version of who you are.